What's going on, people? Welcome to the Load Up. On this show, we talk about recent tech news and anything gaming related. Today's panel, we have an amazing panel. On this side, we have Scott, aka Triggers. And on the opposite side, we have Alan, aka Apollo.
Hey.
And me, I am the captain now, Bioki the second. You guys ready to get into it today?
Let's go.
Let's do it. First topic of the day is Atari VCS consoles. They're back in the news, and they're finally set to ship out the first 500 Indiegogo backers sometime in mid-June. Now, obviously this was announced way back in 2017, and, of course, they've had their setbacks and their delays, but they're finally ready to be sent out. So the console, it doesn't only play classic games. They made sure to integrate streaming functions, entertainment apps, as well as, obviously you're able to upload Windows, Linux, Chrome with the sandbox mode. So, they really try to pull all the bells and whistles out for this product. Now, the console price is set to be $390. Okay? The original Atari was released back in 1977. It's been a while.
Dang.
It's been a while. But with that, exactly. But with that being said, do you think Atari can use this to their advantage to help push sales? Because as you know, Atari is referenced a lot in pop culture.
Yeah.
In music, media, videos, ads, all that good stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you think that this will help them out in the long run, or when it comes to launch?
I mean, nostalgic factor always helps, but a part of me is telling me like it's a little too late. I think it will make some sales. Obviously, people. What was it? 500 people.
Yeah, at least 500.
I mean, yeah, it's 500, but compared to the numbers of if PlayStation did that, I think it would be
immediately canceled.
Yeah, it would be It would be probably in the millions if they did that. Mm-hmm. If like Nintendo was like, we're gonna do something similar to this, they would probably have a million go whatever that was
Indiegogo
called.
backers.
Indiegogo, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's like go. But I don't know. I feel like it's too. It might work because you have all the other specs to it for YouTube, the Linux, the Windows thing. I mean, that's interesting, but I don't know. It seems like it's kind of it's a little too late. It feels like
a little bit too late. Yeah, keep in mind the first 500 people. These aren't necessarily the only people that backed up the idea when it came out. So what it is based on a donation system, tier system, and it just so happens that 500 people reach an X amount of tier, so they're the first ones to get those products. So so it was more than 500 people that backed the product up. It just happens to be that they made a big deal out of that because they wanted to be the first 500 to receive that.
Definitely. I mean, I think it's going to succeed. I think it's a product that's probably going to be really popular, especially if it comes out within the holidays.
But it seems more like a novelty product. It doesn't seem like something that's going to be around every year.
A novelty product are those like mini consoles that you can buy that have like built-in ROMs and like the plastic PS1 that you can buy for like $25 now. This is a system that like really has hardware inside built in that can run Windows.
So do you think they're trying to get back into the game? Like
they're definitely with
consoles?
I don't think they want to compete with consoles. Clearly, I don't think they're ready to compete with a premium console. I think they're ready to compete with probably like a streaming device. Probably like your NVIDIA Shield, something like that, where
maybe Stadia.
Yeah.
Yo, how crazy would it be if like Atari, the old dog, ends up becoming the big dog for like cloud gaming? Like 15 years
it could definitely now. I mean, I want to see what it does with its streaming services. Like how does it integrate Twitch with it or other apps with it? But I do see it. I mean, I saw the interface and things. It looks awesome. It looks cool. Interesting. And just like the way with, like you said, pop culture, I remember seeing the Atari symbol on the Blade Runner movie, the original Blade Runner movie, and it was set in like the future, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like cyberpunk theme, and I was like, wow, that's like one of the biggest companies, right? But then it's not that. They didn't achieve the success as Sony did or anything like that.
But if you ask most kids, I think that play Fortnite and all this stuff, they probably won't know what Atari is.
No, but
you show them that logo, they're like, "What's that?"
But the nostalgic factor will show them that. I mean, you see right now with like apparel, Polaroid has like an apparel line.
All right.
And they're like, what? And like, no one uses a Polaroid camera anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when they see that, they're like, oh, it could be like a streetwear brand.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with like PlayStation. They actually have apparel. So it's something to look into.
I can see that. Yeah. That makes sense.
And I think like their families, like, I think people will always be like, oh, that's an Atari. Well, let's try it out. Not for $300 some.
Yeah, $390.
But
I mean,
once it's released for retail, it might be at a good price. I would say probably start off price $200 maybe. Someone might give it a try.
Yeah, you know, and I agree with you what you say, and I also agree with what you say. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like you mentioned, nostalgia factor will always contribute something, right?
Yeah.
So I think right out the gate, you know, people are going to want to try it out because of the novelty. You know, it's been a long time since they've been around, so they're going to naturally gravitate to it and want to check it out, right?
Yeah.
But then again, like you said, you know, it's going to be an uphill battle because, you know, a lot of these kids nowadays, you know, they don't recognize that brand. So even although there's been success stories, like you mentioned, like apparel, you know, it's gonna require a lot of steps for them to be able to get back into that market. And at that price point, I don't think it would be a good price point for them to compete.
Yeah.
However, but with that being said, you know, going back to what you said, you know, also them being competing in the cloud gaming industry, if this does go well for Atari, do you think they would be able to be a competitor in the streaming cloud division?
It depends on what they really focus on, what their goal is. I think right now they're just trying to, again, with this being a still developing product, I feel like they're gonna work towards something that they're really looking to, maybe like achieving, I don't know, maybe like have that library of classic games that you can easily play and able to stream, and maybe have a community that loves that category of gaming, and then maybe move on forward to. I don't think they're ready to develop anything crazy, clearly. I mean, they're just doing hardware. But
the fact that they're implementing live streaming into this, it's a pretty big step forward.
Yeah, that'll definitely be, you know, that should be able to work in their advantage, because I mean, you could easily stream like all the vintage games that Atari had, you know, like Pac-Man, the Space Invaders, you know. There's definitely a market for that. People still see that, see those kind of games.
I bet.
I mean, and they could very well turn competitive, you know.
No, I can see that.
You think they're going to start remastering Pac-Man? We're going to see Pac-Man in like 4K?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, new console, new remasters, right?
Yeah.
And they've done it in the past. So.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't see I don't think I just saw like a quick clip of the video of the console itself. It kind of looked like a router. like an internet router for a second.
They're trying to keep that historic console feel like you know what I'm saying?
It better come with
colors
that joystick
and kind of the way it's.
They try to keep it vintage.
Built. Yeah, it looks
vintage.
It looks interesting.
The joystick gonna have like a touchscreen on the bottom somewhere. It's gonna look crazy. Yeah.
So it's definitely, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna come out sometime next month.
For this first 500
this month, mid-June.
Right.
Yeah. So first 500. So I'm really hoping that the people that do end up getting it, they end up, you know, making YouTube videos on it, so we can check it out more in depth.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And, you know, really see what it can bring to the table.
Hopefully we can get our hands on it. But I don't know, $390.
Yeah.
Hey, but you never know, man. Maybe the holidays, you know, companies always tend to drop down the prices.
$300.
$389.
I'm gonna still be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, you know, it's funny that you say that. So, what would you think would be a good competitive price?
Somewhere in the 100.
Somewhere in the hundreds?
150. But then again, it has all this other stuff in it.
Yeah.
That's probably why it costs so much, because you have the ability to run. You saw Linux, you said?
Yeah.
Windows, all that. So it's like, it makes sense why. It's not just like just a basic console that doesn't have any of this other specs to it.
Yeah, I want to know what's the thinking behind the price itself. You know, $390 as opposed to like $399, because, you know, most consoles are like, you know, whatever $99. You know, like why $390? Like the number 90.
I guess because immediately it just sounds cheaper. $390
sounds like a bargain.
Yeah, it's like people who don't want to put the $400 price on it, so they just put $395.
$10 less.
Yeah. They're like, oh, see, it's cheaper. So, but it's in the same ballpark basically.
Yeah.
No.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they. what it goes with.
So definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Ashley, and I'm here to tell you about Grand Lighthouse Coffee. Grand Lighthouse Coffee is an e-commerce business that sells certified organic fair trade coffee, either whole bean or grinded. Chemicals do not touch the beans, and the farmers who grow the green coffee are paid and treated fairly. Coffee beans are made to order, so you will get freshly roasted beans no later than 7 days after being roasted. Grand Lighthouse also provides memberships for families and businesses depending on how much coffee you purchase per month. For more information and updates, follow and like them on Instagram and Facebook at Grand Lighthouse Coffee, or visit their website at grandlighthousecoffee.com. Thank you guys.
So let's take a flashback. All right, November 15th, 2019, the day that Pokemon Sword and Shield was released. Now, as you know, it was a major hit. You know, they included so many cool new things in these games. You know, they included free range movement, weather changes, you know, things that can determine the type of Pokemon within a given area.
Right.
So clearly they were ahead of their time. And, you know, thanks to now the official Pokemon Twitter account, they've revealed that by the end of June, they're going to release their expansion pack.
Nice.
The Isles of Armor.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, you know, with all these new features and, you know, that are going to be implemented with the expansion pack, how do you guys think that, what gives credit to Pokemon, the Pokemon company being so, keeping a great track record of keeping their fans happy?
Well, definitely, I mean, like, doing expansions, I feel like that's something that they're really good at doing. I mean, they're not gonna remaster. Well, I don't know if they're gonna keep, but they're not remastering the games like they used to, right? Over and over and over again. They're finally like, okay, let's add some expansions to it. With this being the first one and the second one coming out sometime later on.
So new installments, new games,
Right. Just, you know, yeah. So I think that's definitely one thing that they're definitely listening to their
demographic.
Yeah.
I think in general they have such a diehard fan base. Like, Pokemon is a brand that is like
will stand the test of time.
I think so. I mean, I remember when Pokemon Go came out. People who don't even play Pokemon were playing it.
The whole world was in
Everybody
on it.
was on that, bro. I even had it. I don't even like Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon like that. I had it just because it was like, it was the thing. Yeah. You know, it became a meme. It became pop culture. And Pokemon still is that. I don't think it's as big. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's as big as before, but it's just a solid brand. Kind of like Star Wars. Almost everybody knows Star Wars. Yeah. And Pokemon's one of those brands where it's like, you know Pokemon, yeah. Pikachu. Yeah. You see Pikachu, it's like, oh, Pokemon. It's just like a world-known brand. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's why they're going to stand the test of time. They're just going to be around for a long time. They have games that just are so iconic and nostalgic. It's cool to see what they're doing with this game too, because they're stepping into the new generation. They're stepping into like the new wave of like the Pokemon games, because it's a different game. It's not like how they used to be. Yeah. Which is cool. They're getting more into the free roam, which I think is better for them.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're definitely not afraid of, you know, innovating. Yeah. When it comes to their games, you know, like you said, it's already an iconic game, and the fact that they're not scared to develop these new features, you know, given their new systems that they have, you know, it's on mobile now even. Yeah, mobile. So you know they're opening. They're accepting it. Yeah, exactly. They're adapting with open arms, and they're changing with the times, which is exactly what a company should be doing. You know, in order to stay relevant, and especially with such a strong title like Pokemon. You know, Pokemon will forever, or at least I think so, will forever have a name somewhere in pop culture.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at Japan, man. Look at everyone that loves Pokemon. I mean, the Pokemon Center. Oh my gosh, man!
You have movies that are so like nostalgic. Like I remember the Pokemon movies. Like those bring back so many memories. You have the cards, which are a culture within its own. Yeah. And the games are a culture within its own. Like.
Yeah, you know, and going back to your point, they do a really good job of like listening to what their customers want, and they're happy to accommodate.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, do you ever think that Pokemon will ever be bigger than Mario? Another Nintendo classic.
Right now they are.
You think so?
I think so. They have a movie out, Pikachu the movie. That
Detective
came out.
Pikachu?
Yeah. Detective, my bad. Yeah, you're right. And they had like a Netflix movie as well.
Yeah, they definitely have a few movies out for sure.
Gaming wise, I don't think they're as big.
As big as Mario?
No.
I think they're bigger than Mario.
For gaming?
Sure. Yes.
Like strictly gaming?
Yes, because they're continuing to like release video games. Mario will release a game here and there, but I feel like the community is more associated with Pokemon than Mario.
But
you can play Mario
yeah.
anytime. You can play, but Pokemon is what's really going for. Now, if Mario releases a game with expansions and things like that, and kind of gets into the wave like Nintendo, is pushing it out more, then yeah, I could see it. But I don't really see Pokemon as just like you said. When Mario went on mobile, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone downloaded that game, but there was only a certain amount of things that you could do.
Yeah.
And that was about it. You could buy the whole game for forever how much, and then that's it. You're done with it pretty much. Yeah. With this, with the Pokemon Go, people still play that.
I was gonna say Mario seems more universal, but I think you got Pokemon Go. And it's just that.
Yeah. I mean, the kids, and not only that, Mario doesn't have a TV show. Pokemon
TV show,
the TV
movie.
shows have kept the
Let's
TV
not
shows
even talk about that
going.
movie.
The TV show is still going right now with Pokemon. I mean, Ash is like really like 30, but he's still like 12.
Sounds like he's 7.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely, I think Pokemon's winning the race on this.
Nice. Yeah, I was pretty in the middle of it because when I think of Mario, I think of Super Smash.
Yeah. You're thinking about old games though. Pokemon has old games and new games, so that's something to think about.
Is there? I'm sure there is esports for like Pokemon out there of some sort.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's Pokemon battling.
Sure,
yeah, they have tournaments.
There has to be.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't know.
Well, at least there's people with cards.
Cards.
At, the library.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The card game.
Come on,
they're next to the Yu-Gi-Oh section.
Yeah, definitely.
So you mentioned the versatility that they have over in the mobile section game. Do you think that Pokemon will ever go cross-platform, or do you think that it will forever be like an exclusive to Nintendo?
It would only stick with Nintendo and mobile.
Yeah,
they're not gonna release it on anything.
They're not gonna.
I don't think so.
I don't even think they would want to.
It's like their golden goose egg.
Yeah,
like it's their goose that lays golden eggs. Yeah. They would have to. The amount that they would have to get paid to release it on another console to get rid of their exclusivity to Nintendo would be insane. And I don't think it would be the right move anyways because their fan base is Nintendo.
Yeah, and like we talked about last week about Nintendo being there in their own lane. Mm-hmm. They're doing fine where they are, or where they're already at. They're doing really good out there.
The biggest move they did, I mean, it was mobile. I mean, just having it in the palm of your hand was probably the biggest move they could do to give it to everyone.
Yeah,
they're
adapting. Yeah. I wonder if there's any brand out there that hasn't really adapted. Maybe Sonic. I don't think there's a Sonic game on mobile.
There is.
There is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a nice little classic Sega Sonic.
Sonic classic game. Stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you click on it. It's like you just play it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but when that Pokemon Go came out, that was huge. That was really big for them.
Yeah, it really got the whole world moving.
Yeah.
I remember there was videos of just people, just massive crowds of people everywhere.
There was people getting hit by cars, I think. Like you were walking into stuff because they were playing Pokemon Go.
I don't blame it.
Like there was news news about that, news articles about people just walking into stuff.
Wow.
I thought it was pretty cool that that businesses could pay to become a Pokemon stop during the Pokemon Go era. Yeah, so that way they could show up on the map and stuff, and then it would give a reason to draw more customers in.
Oh,
there was YouTube channels just for Pokemon Go.
I mean, I'm sure there still is. I haven't personally looked, but I guarantee there still is.
Man,
Pokemon is huge. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of Mario channels now that I think about it.
Actually, 100%.
Besides I guess Mario Kart, and but those are the older games.
It's crazy though, because you think of Nintendo, they're like what you call the face of the company is Mario. I think you rarely see Pikachu being at the forefront.
It's their mascot.
Yeah, their mascot, which is that just tells you that Nintendo's so big. that they're so huge that they have two brands in their own company competing against each other.
Hey man, that's good for them.
Yeah,
competition's good for them, man. More sales.
Look,
more
you
debates.
don't got people at Xbox being like Halo or Gears of War. It's like
it's just Xbox.
Yeah, but like everybody's gonna be like Halo. What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure. You think so?
Huh?
What would you argue? Halo or Gears of War?
I mean, both. Why not both? They're both amazing games.
All right, that was a cop out, but whatever.
Triggers keeps he keeps the safety on.
Okay. He's like, I don't want that heat. I don't want them heat in the comments, bro. We got heat.
What?
We got heat in one of the last videos. Somebody was like, because I said Skate was amazing. I think I said Skate was better than Tony Hawk. Somebody was like, Skate is garbage. I was like, oh, is that okay?
What would you think would be your spirit Pokemon?
Spirit Pokemon?
Yeah, your Pokemon
spirit Pokemon?
Yeah,
Chupacabra.
No, probably.
It's not a Pokemon. My bad.
I like Charmander.
Charmander.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
classic.
Yeah,
Charmander. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely have to go with the classic Pokemon. So.
Original Pokemon.
First generation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Pikachu.
You think it'd be your spirit animal? Your spirit Pokemon animal is Pikachu?
Actually, I don't know. I want to say Pikachu or like Mew.
Okay.
Mewtwo, whatever. I don't know the Pokemon's on the back of my hand like that. What about you?
Oh man, what about me? Man, I'd probably go with
like a side deck or something.
Squirtle.
I'd probably choose Ditto, because Ditto can be anything.
Oh wow!
So, yeah. And they made Mew out of Ditto.
Mew? A what?
Yeah, Mew was made out of Ditto.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dang, I don't know anything about this. Talking to a noob.
So anyways, tell us down in the comment section, what's your spirit Pokemon? And it better be a good one, because I'll be watching.
Better not be Ditto.
Better not be Ditto.
Or Chupacabra.
I already called dibs.
Yeah.
Your side dog.
Wait, me?
Yeah, you.
So with the recent tragic events that's been going on, all around the world, the next season for Call of Duty Modern Warfare has been delayed. Season 4 on the console games and Season 7 on the mobile games. They've been, moved to a later release date. And, because of this, Activision has been, criticized by their actions since, they've suspended in the past an esports player for backing the Hong Kong protests. Mm-hmm. So, and then on top of that, Sony also announced that it's going to delay a scheduled PlayStation 5 event until further notice. So, what I'm wondering is Activision playing it too safe since their track sheet? It doesn't really seem that they support or back social issues.
I don't know if it's too safe. I mean, I think it's a right call. Whether they're doing it just to look good for the moment. Either way, it's like, all right, let's just focus on what's going on right now, and let's not distract the moment, which is very considerate of the situation that we're in, of the times that we're in general. So, I mean, I like that. And even if they are just doing it just to save them from looking bad in any way, yeah, it's like, all right, at least you're doing it. A lot of companies would just be like, I don't care, let's keep the ball rolling. Yeah. But they're like, you know what? Let's chill for now. Let's let this go.
Let other issues.
Yeah.
More important
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, I definitely agree with you on that. Some of it, yes. Like, I wouldn't say like other companies would be like, let's just we don't care, but definitely keep the ball rolling, right? Let's just not talk about it, or we'll move on forward. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Which Activision decided not to do that. They decided to speak about it. But the thing that also makes you think is when a pro player would go on Twitter or on social media and state what he believes, and all of a sudden Activision Blizzard do not respect that.
Yeah.
And they remove him from that. I feel like that's definitely, yes, they might be hurt from it. It might cause eyes to be looked upon, because of what this player said. I understand that, but at the same time, he's just saying what he really feels like. So should Activision have done something about it? No, they should have let their players. Yeah. If it doesn't hurt anybody, they're being very respectful. Let them do what
and also it's like I would have not known about that. Now I know about it because you did that. Yeah. You banned him. Now we know that you're doing this. Yeah. And that's bigger news, I feel like, than you should have just let him. I mean, bro, you play PlayStation and you get into like Call of Duty or whatever. I mean, or whatever. You get into Call of Duty and you're the lobby. Yeah. You be hearing the craziest stuff on there. The craziest stuff.
Even pros, yeah. Pros say the craziest things in there. And it's like they're in the zone. Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's just that definitely seems like that was a bit of a like. Was that necessary?
Right. And now for them to come up and say, oh, you know, we do care. This is our post. This is what we think about. Yeah. It just doesn't help their issue because in the past it's already been tarnished by what they've done. Yeah. By what they've shown that they can do to players who want to say something. Mm-hmm. You know.
Hopefully it's they learn from it and they're like, you know what, this is not, you know, maybe hopefully it's them, you know, adapting and evolving to being a better company.
Yeah, I think they're definitely trying to play it safe. You know, and doing this, I think they were trying to, you know, take the stance that like, oh, we don't want to be involved. You know, we don't want to like say something to, you know, because someone's always going to be angry about whatever they say, right? Yeah. But the fact that, you know, going back to what you said, the fact that they banned the guy from playing on their esports team because of what, you know, he tried to say about the Hong Kong protests, you know, it only brought more light to the situation. Yeah. And it only brought more light to like the hypocrisy of, you know, bigger companies like that.
Yeah. 100%. And with them, yeah, like it's kind of like you said, it's kind of hypocritical. It's like,
yeah, and especially during, you know, like times like this with all this stuff going on, you know, people want, you know, trust is a big thing for people now. You know, if they're gonna put their trust in a company, you can't be having things like this, you know, in their past and have a checkered past.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Twitter gets stuff for that. There's a lot of companies out here who get stuff like that, or they just politically, they might say it's like human rights or whatever, but it's like you said, somebody's always gonna be mad. Somebody's gonna be upset about them taking a break, not releasing this stuff. They're gonna be like, who cares? Somebody's gonna say some crazy stuff about it. Yeah. So you can't really what's the saying? You can't please everyone. Yeah. You just can't.
For sure. Now going off of that, you know, Sony had a date for the PlayStation 5 event, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah. But obviously they had to push it back. Yeah. So what do you think they were gonna reveal in that presentation?
Probably the pricing, games, the pricing, stuff like that.
100% games, yeah. Probably like a bigger line of games that we're gonna set to release. Maybe a little glimpse of more hardware. Mm-hmm. Maybe new things. Maybe add-ons to the controller. I mean, the controller's out. You see what it has. Mm-hmm. So maybe they were going to introduce maybe like some sort of camera, something like that, I would say. Yeah. Very exciting moment, unfortunately, but definitely understand why they decided to move it forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when they do it. It's going to be
presentation.
Yeah. Also, it's so crazy because everything is being pushed back. They're going to do the presentation like a week before it releases.
Well, I think it'd be cool if they switched it to like an online reveal. You know, just have like a giant streaming
like
thing.
Xbox did.
Yeah, exactly. And then just have people join the stream, and then that way people can comment live.
Most likely, that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Looking very forward to watching it. Maybe we can have a live feed here.
That'll be dope.
We can watch it.
That would be cool. A live presentation.
I'm gonna just be
give
like,
our opinion on what's going on.
Yeah, Scott's gonna be over to be like, trash, because he's an Xbox player.
Man,
just so you know,
if they announce God of War in that event, I'm definitely buying it.
That would be
everything's trash.
God of War is nice.
They did announce it, right? Or that was another game.
What was the one with yet really to release like?
Oh, okay.
Not officially.
Not officially, but you know, it's speculated. Mm. But I mean, it would make sense with the new hardware.
Yeah, 100%. Or a new Uncharted game, even though they said that was the last one. I think
I'm definitely looking forward to it because, you know, like I've mentioned before in the past, I've definitely been an Xbox guy. So I'm kind of, but I haven't really played games in a long time. So with the new console generation coming out, you know, the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, I'm really interested to see which way I'll lean towards more. You know, and I guess that'll just depend on like how the presentation goes.
Yeah.
Who's gonna woo me over, you know?
They're gonna have The Rock hosting it. Cool.
The Rock on Xbox throwback.
No, on PlayStation.
Oh well, I remember when he presented the Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, The Rock presented the Xbox. The first one that came out.
Oh wow!
It was a really cringy video. If anyone wants to go back and look it up, yeah, he's literally just on stage, just like flexing, while the guy from Microsoft is like revealing the Xbox. Yeah, it's a really cringy video.
That's just weird. They were like, "All right, so," he's like on the conference call. He's like, "All right, so what you need me to do? Well, we just need you to come and just flex.
Just flex. Just do what you do." But it'd be cool though. But I mean, obviously now times are different. So The Rock is really cool. I mean, it'd be cool if they include him.
He's just over there doing his eyebrow thing, like. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you leaning more towards Xbox or PlayStation?
I've been a PlayStation guy just since I can remember. I've never had an Xbox.
Dang.
Yeah, and I don't really see myself getting that computer block looking freaking whatever that thing is.
Oh, the Xbox?
Freaking looks like a paper shredder. I don't even know, bro. It looks like my trash bin. I'm just trying to stir up heat in the comments. But I think I'm most likely gonna get the PS5.
Yeah, I'm
cool.
Like I said, I'm right in the middle, man. Because I've had the PS2 and then I had the Xbox 360. So I really don't have like loyalty to one over the other. So it's really gonna come down to like what I feel like. I guess the presentation or just exactly what they bring to the table.
Yeah, and the games, of course.
Of course, the games.
What about you, Scott? We already know you're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean,
Xbox.
Both have to go with both, and just once I realize which one I like the most, the other one's gonna be for sale.
The other one's gonna be for sale. If you're on the lookout, guys, on eBay.
Yeah, let us know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section how you feeling about the whole PlayStation pushing back the date. Whether you're leaning more towards Xbox or PlayStation. Let us know in the comment section below for sure.
Yeah.
Well, guys, like all good things, the show must come to an end. But with that being said, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. That's Essix Interactive on Instagram. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out our podcast too. It's called The Dreamcast. And we're there on Spotify, iTunes, and Anchor. But until then, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys around. Mwah.